Hello and welcome to Infect Me episode 4. Finally, after 3 months, I have finally made another episode. And I was on purposely waiting for big news like what we're going to discuss in today's video to come out. And oh boy, today's episode is going to be jam-packed with literally everything you could ever possibly want. Really quick, I want to thank all of you guys that have been supporting this channel. I really do appreciate it. I do this for fun. I don't do this to gain anything or get attention. So I really do thank you guys for supporting this channel and motivating me to do more of what I really love doing. But anyway, without further ado, let's get right into it. The first and most exciting thing we're going to be talking about in this episode is Reborn news, and wow, we have got a lot. We know basically everything there is to know about Reborn at this point, and to be fair, this still honestly does not feel real that this is actually happening. But first of all, let's get into the thing that was actually released today when you are seeing this video, and that would be the Release Me single. Funny story to this actually, a Russian Facebook type website actually leaked this song before it came out on Spotify for say me to view and look at. So I actually have the audio file for it that wasn't put on Spotify. It's the same song but just an audio file ripped from that Russian website that leaked it maybe an hour or two early. But then right at 12 o'clock when it turned to the next day for me, it came out on Spotify and it was available to view from Spotify for me anyway, because I am in Australia and we get all the stuff early for some unforsaken reason. I mean, yeah, that's really the story of how that really happened. It should be out publicly for the whole world to see when this video does come up, and I actually did post the single on this channel as a track for you guys to view, but Infected Mushroom did ask me to take it down for the time being, so it should be up on the channel right about now when this video does come out, so you should be able to listen to it, or just go to Spotify or just go to their YouTube channel since it should also be there for you to view. But yeah, anyway, we do know that 2 or 3, maybe even 4 more singles will come out. I'm guessing around 3 more before this album does come out, and we actually do know the release date of the album. But before I tell you that, I'm going to tell you the official Reborn album track list. There are 9 tracks on this album, and they are Release Me, Wider, Return to the Shadows, Disco Mushroom, Breakle, Mushy Mushy, Dream Theater, S Is Here, and Dancing with Gaddafi, which was really unexpected. And this album is going to release on the 9th of February 2024. We've also got previews of every single one of the Reborn tracks, which I'm going to play right here, and wow, they are very, very good. We've also got the album art and the single art, which are really nice. Dang. And we'll hopefully probably get some more with the other singles that we'll be releasing probably pretty soon. But if you haven't checked out Release Me Reborn, go check it out. It is really good, and I really do recommend it. There is also a few Reborn tracks that actually weren't put into this album, like Cities of the Future, I Wish, Muse Breaks, which are very interesting to hear, but it does make sense since I don't really think they fit with the vibe of this album, but that might just be me. But obviously I'm most excited for Drakel and Dream Theater just because, wow, that ending bit that was cut off is really nice. Okay, we've got some breaking news that just happened right now in the middle of me editing the voiceover. This has just happened, so I'm going to read this out to you right now. Reborn is available for pre-order as of November 29th on all major streaming platforms, and also in the formats of a limited edition double gatefold high quality vinyl and a CD. Reborn is scheduled for a February 2024 release, but until Infected Mushroom will let its fans get their hands on Release Me Reborn November 29th, and the follow-up second single Dream Theater Reborn December 22nd. Wow, this is awesome. This just happened. This just came out. I actually cannot believe they're doing a record and a CD. I am really excited. I am so thankful they are doing a CD. I really like collecting CDs. This is going to be absolutely mental. If you guys aren't excited, something is really wrong with you. This is actually crazy. The next single's coming out, Dream Theater, which sounded really good in a preview, so I'm super excited for this. You guys gotta watch out for that date because that's gonna be huge. Anyway, yeah, I'm sorry I had to implement this little segment right here of just this breaking news, but this is actually crazy. So that really seems to be all the Reborn news for today. We don't really know what's coming next from Infected Mushroom after all this Reborn stuff comes out. I'm hoping Converting Vegetarians 3 or something else that they do. But we'll just have to see, and yeah, let's move on to the next segment. Okay, so this next segment of the video is new Infected Mushroom releases, and we actually have a couple, surprisingly. First one is a song called Dance Forever by Infected Mushroom and Omar Adam. I'm not really sure who that is, but it sounds like a pretty nice song. The vocals are really nice. Gives me some old Psytrance vibes, which I think is a pretty nice song. And we've also got I Wish Skazzy Edit, which I'm not really sure about this. Like, it's a good song, but who made it? Did Skazzy edit his remix, or did Infected Mushroom come in and edit Skazzy's remix? I don't really know, but it is a pretty nice song. It's more generic Psytrance, I think, but it is still a pretty nice track overall. And then obviously we have Release Me Reborn, but we did just talk about that, so I'm not really going to talk about that right now. Overall, these tracks are really nice, and yeah, that's really all the releases we have to talk about today. And yeah, let's move on to the next segment. This next segment of the video is last episode's Guess the Song. So in this, I'm going to tell everyone what last episode's Guess the Song was, and if you don't know what Guess the Song is, I will explain it more in the upcoming segments when we do Guess the Song. But anyway, last episode's Guess the Song was Duvdev NN1, which is No Name 1. It basically doesn't have a name, so it's No Name 1 apparently. But yeah, this song is really good. I don't think it's that fair for me to have done that because it technically doesn't even have a name, but it's still a piece of media that they have created, so oh well. Anyway, that's the end of this segment, and yeah, let's move on. In this next segment, we're going to be talking about Infected Mushroom merchandise, all that good stuff, CDs, vinyls, shirts, hats, all those things. And from my side of the merchandise thing, wow, we have a lot to talk about. A lot has happened in 3 months. But first, we're going to start with any drops or anything, which sadly there has not been any new Infected Mushroom merch releases or drops or anything like that. But honestly, those are going to be pretty rare to talk about in these videos just because they rarely ever happen. But I will tell you my most recent purchase, which was my most expensive purchase to date, not including vinyls and stuff because, you know, those are naturally way more expensive. But I paid a pretty hefty amount of money for a pretty rare CD, and that CD was Return to the Source. Yes, I have finally got the Return to the Source CD after however long I've been looking daily for it. It should be here pretty soon. It's still on the way, but it was 170 Australian dollars, which is like 113 USD. And that is a lot of money for a CD, but it kind of makes it worth it when it is Return to the Source, very rare CD, and it is signed and mint. Signed? I mean, I've never seen another Return to the Source signed CD, so I'm guessing that's why I paid a bit more than I should have. But yeah, that's my most recent purchase. I'll show you guys that when I do receive it in the next episode. I also bought Army of Mushrooms, Converting Vegetarians 2, a ton of things, and I'm definitely going to show you guys all of these things in real life later in the video at the segment where we talk about mine and yours Infected Mushroom Collection. But yeah, there hasn't been really too much news on stuff that's really popped up. Nothing really rare has happened except maybe the Return to the Source CD I did get, because that is pretty rare and it finally came up on Discogs after me checking daily for like 3, 4, 5 months. But yeah, as I always say in these videos, if you do want to buy all of these things, go to Discogs, that's the best place to do it, or maybe eBay, you can probably find some good deals there. But I usually use Discogs just because it's got literally everything you could possibly want in terms of CDs, records, all that sort of thing. But yeah, that's probably going to wrap up this segment. I'll probably talk more about my collection and your guys' collection you guys have sent me later on in that segment. So yeah, let's move on. In this next segment, we're going to be talking about newly found, unreleased Infected Mushroom tracks that I have or you guys have found. And recently, I sadly have not found anything new because really, there's not really much to find when nothing's being leaked or nothing's really been happening. So, I'm probably just going to talk about Drakel Original, not the remix from Classical Mushroom, the original mix from back in the day. I'm guessing 1997 or 8, somewhere around there. We don't really know when it was released because it wasn't. But yeah, this song is really good. I can see the inspiration that they took from this original one to put it in the remix from Classical Mushroom. It's really good. I'm obviously really excited for the Reborn version, which is honestly a classic song by now. Like, the Reborn Drakel is a classic song to me, even though it's never been released. But yeah, if you do want to listen to the original Drakel in really high quality, the highest quality that anyone has to my knowledge, just there's a link in the description that will take you to a channel where I upload some tracks that aren't really related to new Infected Mushroom releases, and you can go check that out there if you would like. But yeah, there's not really too much to talk about for unreleased tracks at the moment, so we're just going to move on to the next segment, and yeah, let's go. In this next segment, we're going to be doing Guess the Song. If you do not know what Guess the Song is, it's basically, I play a song, you have to guess it down in the comments below. Comment your answers and your theories on what this might be, and in the next episode of Infect Me, I will tell you what the one in this one was. And I think I saw a few people confused in a few last videos that the song playing right now in the background is not a part of Guess the Song. It is the song that's about to play, not the one playing in the background right now. But anyway, I will play the song and leave your guesses in the comments below. So that was the song. It's not as hard as the other ones, and it's not actually unfair this time. So you guys should be able to get this one quite easily. But anyway, this really wraps up this segment, and I will tell you what this one was in the next video. In this next segment, we're going to be talking about mine and yours Infected Mushroom real life collection. I'm not really going to be talking about my digital collection just because it isn't as important. I have sorted it a lot more to make it nicer, and I have added things, but it isn't as important, I'd say, to real life things like CDs and vinyls. So the first one I'm going to start off with is Vicious Delicious. I got this a while back, maybe a month ago. It has a slipcase, it's in mint condition, beautiful, the CD quality is awesome, the audio quality is amazing. I am very, very happy with this. Now, I'm not sure if I showed this in the last one or if I showed it ever, but I got a Infected Mushroom Cities of the Future EP, which has Cream on it, Cities of the Future remixes, the original mix, and radio mix, which is very nice. I've got a digipack of the original Converting Vegetarians. I always get the Israel releases, well, the original releases, not just Israel, just the original ones where they first came from. This is a very, very, very nice album. It's in very, very good quality, definitely. Here we have Remixed and Ready. It's a Doors promo CD with some Infected Mushroom tracks on it. Here is Army of Mushrooms, you know, your classic Army of Mushrooms. Not sure if I showed the Killing Time Remixes CD I got. This is pretty basic as well, but I'm glad I have this in my collection. Now we have the Beast least of them all, The Legend of the Black Shawarma, my favorite album. Now, I'm not sure in the last episode I showed you, but Sampler 2001 came. I'm not sure if it came. Very nice. It's got some tracks on here that are pretty rare, actually. Here we have Voodoo Rituals. It's a very interesting case, but I do like it. The CD's really shiny. This has Scotch on it, I think, which is a very, very nice old classic Infected Mushroom track, and it has Look At Me. Also got Boom Bootlet. I'm not sure if I showed you guys this one, if it even came in the last one. I just don't remember, so I'm just showing you guys this. It's a really beautiful one. And we've also got this Failure, which is Shape of Mine, which all the tracks in here are mislabeled. I'm not really sure what's happening with this one, but... And now we actually have a few bootleg CDs which I got. Shroomes, I Am 25, and Head of NASA. These are all ones that they never made into CDs, so I got it. So these look really, really nice as CDs. So these aren't real, obviously, but they are really, really nice. And that's most of the new stuff I really got for my collection, so I'm actually going to show a few other people's collection. Here we have Yo-Yo Last Collection, I think I pronounced that right. He has 7 records, which is The Gathering, Classical Mushroom, BP Empire, Converting Vegetarians 1, Trance Side and Other Side, I'm guessing, yeah. More Than Just a Name, and I Am 25. This is a really solid collection. He actually has 2 more here, which are both sealed, which is really, really nice, which he keeps for reselling purposes. He's also got 2 slip mats, a ton of stickers, which I can appreciate that grind, and a few shirts here, which look really nice. I do like that Return to the Source shirt. That's probably really rare now. He's also got this I Am 20 shirt, which is really rare. I can definitely tell, which I think he got it from a show, which is really cool. Sadly, he does not collect CDs, but records are also as good, and these are no exception. These are really, really good. Now, the next one we have from my friend Ali, which I think she was in one of the last episodes, but this is an updated collection. She has around 22 CDs. First one is The Gathering, Classical Mushroom, 2 BP Empires for whatever reason, Converting Vegetarians 1, I Am the Supervisor, Vicious Delicious, Legend of the Black Shawarma, Army of Mushrooms, Friends on Mushrooms, Converting Vegetarians 2, Return to the Source, which is a real one, surprisingly, which is really, really good that she got that finally, which is really lucky as well. And a Head of NASA, which is the same bootleg as the one I have. More Than Just a Name, I Am 25, the other bootleg, and a few other ones, which is the BP Empire single, or EP I think it is, Deeply Disturbed, Birthday, Stretched, Becoming Insane, and Shroomes, another bootleg. This collection is solid, and I can obviously see the dedication. We have seen her other stuff that she has got. You guys can submit your collections, either send me an email, my emails would be in the description of this video, or send me a message on Discord. Either way, I can try to show it in the next episode, but yeah, all for this segment really. We've got really nothing more to talk about. And yeah, let's move on. For this next segment, we're going to be talking about an infected mushroom fact. Just something that people might not know, or might know but maybe want to learn more about. And today we're going to be talking about how More Than Just a Name would have had more songs on it if their studio did not flood. This is a thing where most people know about this, maybe. More Than Just a Name was actually shortened because they lost some of the tracks they were working on when their studio flooded. So they had to cut the album short, which is really quite sad because I really would love to hear what those songs were and if they were ever released or ever found any traces of again. I mean, I think that's a really weird fact, just because how did their place flood? I mean, aren't they in like Los Angeles or something? Like, does it flood there or something, or were they somewhere else? I guess we can also talk about how I Am 21 was meant to have Half on it with Amir Dadon, which is a very, very good song that I've heard a little bit of, which I'm really sad that they didn't. I think something happened with that, which is really sad, but don't really know what other facts to talk about except what I just said. But yeah, if you guys have any facts of your own that you want me to talk about in the next episode, put them down in the comments and I'll be sure to hopefully respond or see if I can talk about it in the next episode. But yeah, let's move on to the next segment, which is the last segment. Anyway, yeah, it looks like we're going to have to wrap up this episode. We talked about a lot of things. I am super excited for Reborn, and I hope you guys are too, because wow, this is going to be big. But yeah, I really hope you did enjoy. Subscribe if you want. I don't really care, but it would help the channel grow a little bit more, reach more people. But yeah, hope you had a good time, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.